Now, ahead of the 2023 general elections, the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Monguno, has been warning state governors and other powerful political actors using thugs to prevent opposition from mounting campaign materials in their domains that security agencies will soon descend on them. It says President Muhammadu Buhari has already issued a directive to security agencies to ensure that elections are peacefully conducted. What has been the experience of political parties on the field, both in the states that they control and opposition-controlled states? Now, presidential candidate of the governing All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was during the week in opposition-controlled Bayelsa State. What was the reception like? Well, joining us now is Sampson Oburu, a former Chief Press Secretary to the Bayelsa State Governor, Tinubu Silva. He's also a member of the All Progressives Congress and is deeply involved in the campaign of the governing APC. Thank you so much and welcome to the program.
Okay, I say so now. Thank you very much. It's a privilege over here.
Yeah, now let's talk about the APC coming to Bayelsa, PDP-controlled state, to campaign. I mean, what's the scene like for Tinubu in that state in the light of what the NSA is saying?
Well, it's typical in every electioneering era for incumbent government to try to create obstacles or try to create hurdles for opposition parties to deter them from being able to take over from them. We're used to things like that, but that does not mean it's right. It's actually wrong. Politics, especially democracy, is government of the people, by the people, for the people. Now, when you remove the people from having to participate in choosing who should govern them, it's no longer democracy. That's why I've always come on and said that it is best we do the right thing the first time all the time. Now that's what gives us the pedigree to be able to compete in the Committee of Nations and say that we're a democratic nation. Now when you start creating hurdles for opposition parties not to be able to take you out of government when you have not performed well, or even if you have performed well, the right to who should govern them, who should be their representative, who should be, they should vote for, should rest on the people. Now the people have the right, the choice to make.
Yeah. So now, when the APC campaigned during the week in Bayelsa State, what was the reception like for the presidential candidate Bola Tinubu?
The reception was cordial. Why? Because the minister has shown tremendous capacity.
That's Tinubu Silva, Minister of State for
tremendous capacity to be able to have an inclusive party structure in Bayelsa State. And so, having demonstrated that, the followers have also chosen to follow him in the way he has handled the affairs as a leader, having an all-inclusive leadership. Now, whether you're from Bayelsa State, or you domicile in Bayelsa State, or your mother is from Bayelsa State, or your father is from Bayelsa, as long as you have something to do in Bayelsa State, or you're part of the political process in Bayelsa State, and you're bringing value to the table, Chief Tinubu Silva, His Excellency, has been able to give us a level playing ground.
And so,
it's good to know that. So opposition parties are actually, catch us if you can.
So it's good to know that Governor Doediri actually provided a conducive atmosphere.
It has not been like that. Okay. But because Tinubu Silva, Chief Tinubu Silva, is not fighting him on that angle, it becomes, how will I put it now, it becomes tiring for him to do a thing to create such a scenario. But it is there, but there are pockets of it there. But we say we transcend above their pedigree. We try to show them that we have class, panache, strategy, and communication. That's what we use. Well, and that's how come 2019 we're able to show them in Bayelsa State, show the opposition in Bayelsa State that APC, we mean business.
Yeah, until you got into a big crisis eventually, and of course it continues up to now.
That was
and Bola Tinubu has been asking all your leaders like David Leon and the Tinubu Silva and Henneken Lukbobri to all come together, because that division continues to fester. But let's talk about other APC control states like Ebonyi. There have been accusations, and in Zamfara, that look, some of your governors are actually not allowing the opposition to campaign.
Well, you see, it's not just you're actually flogging APC here now. Actually,
these are the news reports that we're having every now and then.
If we have to face what's going on right now, the state that is suffering the most, I'm also from Rivers State. The state that is suffering the most is Rivers State as we speak.
So APC is not being allowed to campaign very well in Rivers. Is that what you're saying?
APC in Rivers State has internal squabbles, which I would not want to talk about it here because it's in the courts, and the purview of the court. I like to talk about the opposition now that everybody knows in Rivers State, which is the STB Senator Magnus Abe. Senator Magnus Abe has been able to galvanize the people. He's been able to reach out to the people. He has created a style of campaigning that is second to none in Nigeria. I'm not saying this because he's my friend or brother. I'm saying it because I've watched him precept after precept. He's engaging the stakeholders. He's engaging the artisans. He's engaging the nurses. He's engaging the doctors. Now he's making the governor, the incumbent governor, jittery. What does the incumbent governor do? He recruits 30,000 or 40,000 youths and is paying them stipends.
Hold
on.
Special
assistants. Special assistants. No, they are not just special assistants as unit heads. I wish they were being unit heads to protect votes or to secure votes. Now they're going ahead. Look, listen, on my way here, I spoke with Saru Parry, who is a spokesman for Magnus Abe, and he said he was just coming from SDB. He's just coming from the village. As I was speaking with him, he was driving to the village. Well, I needed to hear from him. I couldn't remember the governor's order, whether it was governor order 21 or 22. I can't remember whether it's 21 or 22 or 61 or 22. I needed to refresh my memory. I told you that I need to do a little research, and I found that it's 21, 22. Why was he coming from the village? He went to talk with his stalwarts that they should try and persevere, endure, that struggle, the calumny will only last for just a short while. So now what are we saying now? They went, people sponsored by the PDP opposition were going around, these same persons that have been paid or that they recruited, were going around stopping people, destroying posters, destroying billboards.
And that's what the National Security Advisor
won against.
So the big political parties
is capable of causing unrest. It's capable of causing unrest. And when you have unrest, you remember in 1966, what caused the Civil War? It was unrest in the Western region. Unrest in the Western region that catapulted and then we had that catapulted to a civil war afterwards. Unrest in one area is capable of causing unrest in the whole of Nigeria. And the president does not want that. So the National Security Advisor has warned the governors. And not only did he just warn the governors should actually know that politics is so sweet. It's a great game. It's a chess game. I give you this, or just like chess, Scrabble, the draft. I give you this move, you give me this move, I'm here.
All right, as we try to round off this conversation, let's talk about how the two dominant political parties, the PDP and APC, can help to provide a conducive environment, because it looks like the accusation is mostly from them. There's a governor in Abga. We haven't heard so much about that. And then how can these two dominant political parties help to create a conducive environment? And shouldn't the NSA be speaking to, the APC-led federal government to be able to speak to its own governors within the APC too, just like he would be expected to also speak with top politicians in the PDP?
We lost it from the beginning, ab initio. We lost it from the beginning. Enlightenment. When we came on board, when we took over from the PDP, we promised Nigerians change. The cardinal change that we actually needed was attitudinal change.
Yeah.
The National Orientation Agency, sorry to say, has not lived up to the billing. By now, Nigeria should have a consciousness of queuing up, doing the right thing. In that case, things like going to tear billboard that people have spent money to pay for will not be in our consciousness anymore. What we actually do need is attitudinal. We need for the National Orientation. Give me the National Orientation Agency in 2 years and see what will happen. People will turn around their attitude in Nigeria. People will start doing it. So now what are we saying here? You asked me a question about the PDP
and APC, the two dominant parties with governors in most states.
It's not stereotyped to them. It's everywhere. Look at, for example, in Ibadan, somebody died going to bring down billboards, was electrocuted. In Yobe State, Damaturu and Guba local government, people are being arrested by the day. In Akwa Ibom State, the commissioner of police, what's his name now, Olatoye Durosimi, has given a blanket order against political stakeholders that they should desist from such that it is inimical to democracy. It is against what we believe that democracy stands for.
All right, and just very quickly, let's talk about the issues of, the political parties that are also very strong across the nation, like Labour Party and NMPP that are just coming up in 30 seconds. What advice will you give to them too, so that they don't constitute a challenge to other political parties?
Now, the Labour Party, if I were to advise them, play the, how will I put it, play the game like you know it better. Don't try to join issues. Promote your candidates. But what did they do? You know what they do? They insult other participants. They insult other stakeholders.
Isn't it because others are also insulting them?
No, look, listen, I left a group yesterday that I am very strong on headline news or headline something. I left that group yesterday. I left it yesterday. Why? Because the admin officer chose to ridicule me on the platform.
That's a WhatsApp group.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, what am I saying? It's cut across every group now. It's cut across every place. They insult. They're stuck in trade now. Is to insult people, and that is not right. You should show that you have pedigree.
Sampson Oburu.
Thank you very much. Sampson Oburu is the name.
Yes,
I come correct or I don't come at all. That's my payoff line. I've been on TV for 17 years.
Yes, he's the National Publicity Secretary of the Coalition of APC Support Group and a former Chief Press Secretary to former Governor Timmy Silva and Bayelsa State.
National Publicity Secretary of
all right.
Tinubu.
We must thank you so much for being on the program. Thank you so much for watching this week. Remember to go get your PVC, as the Electoral Umpire ANEC has been saying. It has announced Monday, December 12, 2022 to Sunday, 22nd January 2023 as the date for the collection of PVCs in all the 774 local governments. That's how it's been on the show today. I'm Hon Sampson. See you next time.